Hello and welcome. My name is Scott Duvall, certified consulting hypnotist and NLP practitioner. I'd like to welcome you to our pre-talk about hypnosis. When working with my clients, I like to explain that hypnosis is a natural, reoccurring communication process that happens between the body and the mind each and every day, multiple times a day. All hypnosis, therefore, is really self-hypnosis. It's not something that's necessarily done to you, but it's something that you allow yourself to participate in. I'm your guide to take you to that place where you have that inherent capability of creating the mind-body communication to create the changes that you desire. In hypnosis, we're working with the conscious mind and the subconscious mind as well. The conscious mind is our analytical mind. It wants to understand our experiences, label them, put them in the cubby. It's also a critical mind. It has a tendency to judge how this was in the past versus how it could be in the future, that sort of thing there. So often when we're trying to create changes on the conscious level, because of that critical factor, it makes it very difficult. But through trance, which is focused attention, we have the ability to bypass that critical factor of the conscious mind, giving us now direct access to the subconscious mind. That subconscious mind I like to explain as being like the hard drive on your computer. It doesn't have the ability to think or to create judgments. It just holds information. It has our belief structure, our habits, our life experiences, our patterns. It's also our creative mind. It gives us that ability to be artistic and to fantasize, to think about things that could be rather than just things that we've already experienced. It also works in combination with our unconscious mind and the autonomic nervous system. So through the thoughts that we're thinking, we create neurochemicals that create emotions that work through the autonomic nervous system, which actually create body responses. And this is how hypnosis works. While in that state of trance, we have the ability to evoke the emotions and the sensatory involvement that create those neurochemicals that create that body response. And the interesting thing about the subconscious mind is it can't differentiate between an actual lived experience and one that's just vividly imagined. It creates the same neurochemicals, it creates the same pathway through the autonomic nervous system that create the body response. And so that's how hypnosis works. While we have the subconscious mind open, we have that ability to go in and plant those suggestions that are going to create new beliefs on that neuro pathway structure that are going to give you the ability to have your body, mind function differently. And so that kind of brings us back on how we can induce somebody into hypnosis. Well, in actuality, we could probably wait around for about 90 minutes and all of us seem to go through that hypnagogic cycle. However, we can induce hypnosis, and for someone that doesn't have much experience in hypnosis, we will generally use what's called a progressive relaxation induction. And this is focusing in on various parts of the body, from the eyes all the way down to the tips of the toes or vice versa. Focusing in intensely, relaxing more and more and more until now your body is very, very relaxed. And of course the mind and body are always in tandem. So as the body gets more and more relaxed now, the mind gets more and more relaxed now. And so then that gives us the ability then to generally take you on some kind of sensatory journey someplace. Stereotypically, the hypnotist would take you down a beautiful stairwell, down into a beautiful garden where you can experience all of the sensatory delights that your garden has to offer. This is what creates. This then opens up the portal to the subconscious mind, giving us the ability to print those post-hypnotic suggestions, creating the change that you desire. Now, a lot of practitioners would end it right there, but I like to follow through with what I call future pacing. And future pacing is no more than giving your conscious mind, as well as your subconscious mind, a vividly imagined sensatory experience of being successful, that already achieving what it is that you do want. I find that the biggest deterrent for people to achieve what they do want in life is just not having a clear, vivid picture of what that entails. Therefore, as they start to move forward to what it is that they desire, they come upon the cloud. Human nature is to generally resist or move away from the unknown, often going back into what's familiar, even if that familiar area is dysfunctional, outdated, or no longer needed. By establishing that clear, sensatorily involved picture on the subconscious and conscious mind, then the mind and body will naturally move in the direction of your desires. Then, I'll bring you back up and we talk about your experience, answer any questions that you might have. So that really brings us full circle. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And being as how it's a natural reoccurring part of the human anatomy. That means everyone is hypnotizable. And the only reason I find that someone wouldn't allow themselves to experience or to allow themselves to participate in the process of hypnosis is just if they have any underlying fears. There are 3 stereotypical fears about hypnosis that just kind of float out in the cosmos, probably leftovers from some old Vincent Price movie or perhaps a spy movie from Hollywood. Well, the first one is that somehow the hypnotist can implant a suggestion in your head and make you do something that you don't want to do. And this just is not true. As a matter of fact, we're very careful about the types of post-hypnotic suggestions that we do give you, making sure that they are in line with your true desires as well as they match with your values. So no, the hypnotist cannot make you do something that you don't want to do. The second is sometimes people have this idea about a hypnotic trance being like a coma or maybe in a zombie state. And if something were to happen to me while you're in that deep state of hypnosis, that you'd be trapped there for the rest of your life. And this, of course, is not true. You're always aware of what's going on. You're always in control. You always have the ability to open up your eyes, stand up, and walk out the door. What would truly happen if something happened to me is you are pretty good and relaxed. So if I didn't say something for about 5 minutes, you might get a little bored and drift into a cat nap. Soon you'd become bored and you'd open up your eyes and walk out. Now, our agreement is that if that should happen, then you call 911 for me before you bolt out the door. Much appreciated. The third unwarranted fear is that somehow, hypnosis got connected with like truth serum or the lie detector. So sometimes people have the unwarranted fear that they might reveal something about themselves that they just don't want people to know. Again, we're working pretty heavily on that creative subconscious mind. So if one really wanted to, they would be more apt to be able to create a disguise, an illusion, or even a lie in that state of mind than they would in the awakened state. Everything that we do talk about is of strictest confidence, just as if you're talking with your doctor or your minister. I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so you really only need to tell me everything that you're comfortable telling me. That brings us back full circle. Hypnosis is nothing new. It's been around as long as mankind has been around. It was utilized as early as the Egyptians for transformational purposes, as well as holistic purposes. As a matter of fact, it was up until we actually had chemical anesthesia that doctors, psychiatrists, and hypnotists used to use hypnosis to bring people deep enough in a state that they could actually perform surgeries on them. Dentists, this day and age, still use hypnosis in case people are allergic to the Novocaine's deadening properties or chemicals. So in lots of countries, hypnosis is used every day for headaches, toothaches, stop smoking, lose weight, for many, many, many purposes, and now catching on more and more so in the United States. It's recognized in the early 50s by the American Medical Association as being a valid form of additive medicine. So, again, I want to thank you for choosing me and working with me. Should you have any questions or any concerns, feel free to ask me those questions yourself before we begin our process. Thank you very much and have a great day.